Warning: this podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, bro?
Can't call it, man. Just another day trying to make it through these holidays, man. I'm telling you. I know everybody is all joyful, everybody all happy, smiles and all this shit. Man, fuck all that, man. Too many damn packages on these trucks, man.
I feel you, bro.
Hey, well, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I ain't gonna be the Grinch though, man. But how you feeling, man? Everything good?
Man, everything is amazing, man. Sold my first NFT.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Steady learning about that and you know what I'm saying, taking it step by step. But everything going great, bro.
That's good, man. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate it, man.
You know, because it's we were just talking off air, man. It's a tough thing to learn, tough thing to figure out, but you gotta stay maybe not ahead of the game. Well, I think right now it's just a fact of having your foot in the game. I think that's the biggest thing right now. I was just having a conversation with a guy. A matter of fact, it was yesterday. This guy he was just talking Bitcoin and crypto and all this type stuff, and how, you know, he was trying to get into the AMC and GameStop game, and
oh man,
you know, so it like literally just talking about this with somebody yesterday, man. So, and I was just telling him, I was like, obviously it's not a lot, but I said, you know, I got my foot in the door when it comes to Bitcoin. He was like, look, man, as long as you in the game, you in the game. So that's the whole thing, man.
That's
but,
a fact.
Yeah, but definitely congratulations, man. That's what's up.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
But let me tell you something. This movie today, flat out classic, man. Listen, I get on this podcast. I know, like, this is our fourth one, our fourth Christmas movie for the month of December. We didn't really officially give it a name, but let's just say we're doing Christmas movies this month. This is the fourth installment of it, and this movie is definitely one of my favorite holiday movies that there are. Well, if we say holiday now, technically, because Halloween is a holiday, so you know Halloween is gonna go before it, but that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother conversation. But this movie, man, like I was sitting here thinking about this today. I was like, how can I even? It's hard to even give it a synopsis, but man, when you're talking about this Christmas, man, I mean the cast is amazing.
Yeah,
like amazing. You got Regina King, Columbus Short, Delroy Lindo. You got Idris Elba. You got the great Lavetta Devine, Chris Brown, Keith D. Robinson. If y'all don't know him, he was the dude that was in Dreamgirls. Because I kept looking at him, I was like, I know him, man. Like I know him, and that's what it was. He was in Dreamgirls. He was Effie's brother. But anyway, you got Laz Alonso. You got Sharon Neal, who also Leo, who also was in Dreamgirls as well. Lauren London, she was in this one. Jessica Strump. You got Mekhi Phifer, David Banner, Ricky Harris. Like, there's so many noticeable faces in this. Like that's what makes it great. Like I love seeing like a cast where everybody is noticeable, where everybody's like, now don't get me wrong, like when it comes to people who actually was a lead in a movie, I mean, you got Regina King. Columbus Short has done it. It's kind of fell off for different reasons, but anyway, Idris Elba. Me and you talked about how Loretta Devine has the capability of doing it.
Right.
She hasn't had a lot of it in her career, but Laz Alonso, he
did a lead role.
Yeah, so it's like
these people got Lindo did one.
Of course he did.
Chris Brown did one.
What movie he was the lead
in Takers, that was the lead role.
I mean, if you want to call it a lead, I don't know if
to me, I look at them all as lead role. I mean, I know it was mainly Paul and Idris, but to me, I look at all of them like lead roles.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Lauren London did a movie where she was in a lead role.
I mean, the only thing I could think of, she had a lot of running time, was ATL.
Yeah. Well, I think that was T.I. and his group in that one. But I mean, Mekhi Phifer, he done had one.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's a group of them, man. It's a group of them.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. So, but my thing is like, I mean, really, the synopsis is really all it is everybody has their own individual lives going on, but everybody always makes it back for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Right. To the big house. Let's call it the big house. Everybody come home to mom's house for Christmas or whatever, and there's so many individual stories with everybody because, like I say, everybody got their own life. So it's like, and then getting everybody back together. And the key thing about it was Quentin, you know what I'm saying, which was played by Idris Elba. Like, because he was the oldest and he was the one that was most resentful and the most resented because of his lifestyle that he chose to do. He basically ended up following the same thing that his father did. And his mother blames his father for doing the same thing. But it's kind of hard when because if I'm not mistaken, he's a junior. Yeah, he's a junior. So, so there's a lot that look. I'm trying to think.
That was actually excuse me. That was actually an interesting storyline that they put in there because it wasn't more so that she blamed him for that. I think it was more so because his dad was, you know what I'm saying, always out and always on the road with, you know what I'm saying, with the band. And, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of took him away, not just from the family, but, you know what I'm saying, she lost her, you know what I'm saying, her husband. And, you know what I'm saying, the kids lost the dad. And, you know what I'm saying, like, it was more so, I think so that, like, it seemed like he loved music more so than he did her and the family. When we know that's probably not true, it's just the fact that that's probably what he was doing to make sure, you know what I'm saying, like they got it, you know what I'm saying, bye.
I don't know, man, because the way I took it was, it wasn't that he was in and out. It was just basically he went to the UK and just never came back. Like he just always stayed on the road. It's like, to me, it sounded like I hate to use the word abandoned, but I mean, it's kind of what it was. Like he kind of abandoned his family to do his music. But she also made the point to say, if he would have stayed, it would have killed him. And he would have resented everybody for it.
Exactly.
And she also, who I'm talking about is Madea. Like, she made the point to say that some men aren't built to be like fathers and stay-at-home husbands. So, like, I don't think that she was necessarily giving him an excuse. She was just kind of giving him an out. But
I don't even think she was just giving him out. I think that, like I said, she understood, you know what I'm saying, what he was going through. It was the fact that not only did he love his music, like, yo, this is how he was taking care of the family too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure she wasn't working.
She owned the cleaners. She worked at the cleaners, remember?
How you think she got the cleaners' money, man?
Yeah, I mean, she probably got that from him.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I mean,
like, that's the you know what I mean? Like, and then you got to remember, like, they are old school too. So like he probably done went on the road, you know what I'm saying, hit it big, made some money. They finally got a chance to go tour, you know what I'm saying, overseas. And then that happened. And then now, you know what I'm saying, he done bought the family cleaners. She done, you know what I'm saying, took over the business and everything. And excuse me. And so, you know what I'm saying, not only is she running the business, you know what I'm saying, she at home taking care of the kids, but then you also got to remember, like, you know what I'm saying, he out on the road still doing his thing, and he's still taking care of them at the same time. I mean, to me, that's just the way I took it. So, you know what I'm saying, with Quentin growing up, you know what I'm saying, he, of course, you know what I'm saying, being the oldest, he probably seen more of their dad than anybody else did.
That's the biggest thing.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, him being around them, being around that music and everything else, of course he's going to have an affinity for it. But my thing is, the reason I said in and out is because they had all them damn kids.
I think that because, I mean, when you think about the age difference, because Baby was probably, like, in this movie, he was probably, like,
he was still 17, in high school, wasn't he?
He was still in high school, so he was like 17, 18. So Quentin probably had to be almost 30.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is the thing, though. This is the key part. And this is what really fucked me up. Because I was trying to think about the timetable here.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when Mo and Dude was beating up Quentin in the bathroom, right? Yeah. At the train station. And he came in there, stopped the fight or whatever. And so basically the point that I'm getting to is he was like, I knew when what's her name, and Benny was, you know, planning to beat you up in the 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hold on. So Joe been around since he was in the 6th grade. So it's like, how could he be in and out? Because if he's in the 6th grade, so you are, no, that's right, because 6th grade, you about, my son now, he's 12. Yeah. He's going on 12. So him and Baby could have like a 12, at least a 10-year age difference.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's more like 27 or 28 in this.
Yeah, probably.
So I was really, it boggled my mind because I was like, he's been around that long. But I think that even as a 11, 12-year-old, I still think that with him being a junior
mm-hmm.
and him having an affinity for music the way that he did,
mm-hmm.
I think that that's why he resented Joe as much as he did, because he was like, hey, yo, because remember all the sisters was talking about, he's the one that think that Senior's going to pop back up. Like he just going to pick up where you left off. And it's like,
mm-hmm.
and then she also held it from the whole family that she actually got a divorce.
Right.
And I want to stay on the music thing. Like, I mean, look, a mother is a mother.
Right.
Like, and I always tell people there's no handbook to being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think that the one thing that I didn't like about what she did, but I get it now, is the fact of Senior did music, basically never came back.
Mm-hmm.
Quentin went to go do music. She never really seen him. That was his first time coming home in 4 years.
Right.
So now you got Baby that is a singer, and he wants to be a singer, but he's afraid to tell his mom.
Exactly.
And it's like, I don't think that she should hold that against her kids to the point where her kids don't. Well, Quentin didn't care. Like, he was going to do music regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it was just the fact of, for that to happen to her husband and her oldest son, for her not to want that to happen with her other sons either, which was kind of crazy. Well, because this is what I didn't understand about it, was all of her kids were out of the house, living in different areas, doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the other boy was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So how often is he home? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so like, this is the thing, right? And this is why I say that I understood the only reason, not the only reason, but this is why I said I understood it, because it wasn't the fact that he was doing music. That wasn't the issue. it was the fact that, and then it really wasn't even the fact that he went on tour, right? It was the fact that she felt like the music was over her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she felt like he loved music more than he loved her. And that's what it was. That's the real issue at hand. It's not the fact that he does music or, you know what I'm saying, like or the tour thing or whatever the case may be. It's the fact that she felt like she wasn't the top priority. So when Junior started doing music, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then those, I'm sure at the time, those feelings pop back up. And it's like, oh, he gonna do the same thing his dad did to me. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna love me as much as he loved his music. And then, you know what I'm saying? So you can imagine just how much she kept that away from everybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially Baby, like him being Chris Brown, she don't know what this man is about to amount to. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's about to be a superstar.
Hey, but you stupid. Hey, but that was a great dominant. I think hold on, I don't want to sell them short. I just saw it. Preston A. Whitmore II. Mm-hmm. The writing job he did on this was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Because I think that was a great storyline to add in there. And to dude, listen. It was a part, man. Like I say, every time you watch something, man, you pick up on something. You pick up on something new. So I'm pretty sure I heard it, but like this time, it was just more funny, man. Loretta Devine is a all-time legend, man. So, all right. So they was all in the kitchen, and this is when I think when they first brought, like, this is when Claude got locked up, and they brought Sandy home.
Yeah.
And so she was like, she told no, this was another time. This is because that's what she told her to cook. Mm-hmm. And it was another time where she told Kelly tried to make something. She was like, no.
Everybody was like, no.
They were like, no. She was like, why don't you go make some Kool-Aid? She was like, you need some help with that? She was like, sugar and water.
That's hilarious.
Hey, well, I was like, oh my God. I like, for some odd reason, that part always went over my head. Like I never really heard it. And it was just so funny when I watched it last night. She was like, you need help with that? Sugar and water. Sugar and water. Hey, but that was our time, man. I keep wanting to call her Della Reese. Loretta Devine, man, is oh man, she's in the Hall of Fame.
She the truth.
The Hall of Fame of mothers, man. But okay, right. So let's talk about let's give some girls attention here. Like we've been on the dude. So the dynamic between Kelly and Lisa. Mm-hmm. So they the two oldest girls. So there's always gonna be, you know what I mean?
Some tension.
Yeah, some tension with the girls. But the reason why they got the tension is because Lisa holds resentment over Kelly because Lisa chose two things. She got pregnant early and she got married and started raising her kids. And the other thing is she felt that the responsible thing to do was to stay home and help her mom with the cleaners. Mm-hmm. But I think that for some odd reason, she thought that Kelly wouldn't go to college because she chose to stay home. So it was like, so they had this resentment there. And then Kelly had a resentment with her because it's like, why every time somebody say something, you always bring up what you do?
Okay. I'm ready to do this. All right. I'm going to let you finish, but I'm ready to do this.
Okay. And so, like, the thing is, Lisa had brought up a good point. She was like, when I look at my priority list, I'm way at the bottom. Mm-hmm. That was a great thing. And then she was like, you know, she told Kelly, and she said that she was selfish. And Kelly was like, yeah, I'm selfish. Like, I did what I wanted to do, but you could have done what you wanted to do too. Mm-hmm. You just made the decision to stay. Mm-hmm. And you can't take it out on all of us because your life didn't end up where you wanted it to be, type of thing. So, like, they had this thing, but even at the end of the day, they had that sister bond. Because Kelly knew that old dude was cheating on Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
And she always, it seemed like she always, yeah, she never fucked with him. Like from the whole beginning, Malcolm, she never fucked with Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that sister love, because at the end of the day, like even though we might have a little beef here and there, like you still my sister and I want the best for you at the end of the day. Right. So you seem excited, man. Give it to me.
Okay, so this is to me, this is the best dynamic in the movie, right?
Okay.
Because this one, like you said, it shows that roller coaster of emotion. It shows, you know what I'm saying, that it shows, you know what I'm saying, the jealousy. It shows like a real life dynamic between sisters. Because, you know, usually when you see sisters around the same age, like, and one is, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote successful, while the other one may have, like you said, stay home. Like, this is something that really happens. Mm-hmm. Like, this is something that is happening in my family as we speak. So this is, to me, like, this hit home. So it's funny, you know what I'm saying, how with Lisa, you know, so like you said, she got pregnant, you know what I'm saying, had kids or whatever the case may be, stayed home, got married, blah, blah, blah. You would think that with everything that she has, mentally, you would think that she would probably be the happiest out of everybody. Because she's the only one in the family that's married. She's the only one in the family with kids, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? She got, it's like everything is, you know what I'm saying, great. It's in order, it's moving. And then when you look at Kelly is, you know what I'm saying, she's supposed to be modeling and doing all this other stuff. When really, like, we don't even know if that's real. Like, it could be a front. You don't know. We just know that she went out and she's doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? But she's still coming, she's still coming home. She got the nice little car and everything like that. And then you see those two kind of clashing all the time. And I think that Lisa, it's not the fact that she went off to college and she, you know what I'm saying, well, it is the fact, actually, you know what I'm saying, she went off to college and, you know what I'm saying, she lived her life. Because I think Lisa is, in that moment, she's kind of not resenting Kelly. I think she's kind of resenting herself. Like, she resenting this marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't want to be tied down, you know what I'm saying, with kids and a husband. She wants to be the one that's out there and living life and going to do things. But in a sense, I feel like she got hurt by Kelly because, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know this for sure because we only seen from what we seen. But to me, it seemed as if, like, you know what I'm saying, they were close, like they was tight. And it seemed like Kelly was like her, you know what I'm saying, like her side, her right hand. So once Kelly left, she lost that partner, she lost that friend. And then now, you know what I'm saying, she kind of feels by herself. She kind of feels like everything is on her because, you know what I'm saying, she helping her mom with the cleaners and all this other stuff. And, you know what I'm saying, she probably feel lonely as shit because Malcolm seemed boring as a motherfucker.
Yeah, and I feel what you're saying because the thing is, Lisa, even there was a scene where when Kelly was talking about how she had, you know what I'm saying, slept with Santa Claus. And she's like, I hope you use condoms. She's like, you don't want to be, you know, sitting around with two kids. You stuck here to raise them. And she's like, oops, did I say that out loud? And it's like, that's what happened to her. Like, I think that she ran into Malcolm. I think they were just, you know what I'm saying, smashing or whatever. Then she ended up getting pregnant. And I think Malcolm just basically married her because she was pregnant. That's, I mean, they never say that. Like, feel like that's what happened. Like it. And so they didn't have like this great dynamic. And see, she had that mothering thing because people, you also got to understand this about Lisa. And when it comes to Quentin is the oldest, but Lisa had to end up really being the oldest because Quentin left.
Well, I mean, she's the oldest girl too.
Yeah, so she's the oldest girl. So now she has to take care of all the responsibilities that are. Now, this is the thing. She might be the oldest.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think she's the oldest girl. I think Quentin was the oldest.
Okay.
Because the way that they kind of structured the movie, it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, like everybody looked at him as the leader, but at the same time, like you could tell that she was the one that was holding things down. But then nobody really like look. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like she just didn't seem like she was the, you know what I mean, the oldest.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it could be that old school dynamic where you would look to the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't know. I mean, whoever the oldest, but the whole point of what I'm saying is she had to, especially when Kelly left. Mm-hmm. So she's basically here. Now she got to take care of Mel. She got to take care of baby. You know what I'm saying? Make sure Claude is good.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, and then even though Joe is around, I think that Lisa just felt resentful towards Kelly because, like you said, Kelly ended up going to Harvard, you know, doing her thing and doing what she wanted to do. And I think that Lisa looked at it like she had a dream, but she had to give up on her dreams.
Exactly.
And I think that she felt that Kelly could have did one or two things. Stayed behind for the simple fact because she stayed behind, or number two, at least went to a college to where she didn't have to like leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because, and that's interesting that you say that.
Because I think that if Kelly would have stayed around, let's say she would have went to Stanford or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It probably wouldn't have been that bad. She went 300,000. I mean, not 300, but 3,000 miles away to go to school. And I think that she felt that, like you said, I think she felt abandoned. And because the way I look at it is probably the way that it seems. It seems like it's Quentin, Lisa, and then Kelly, and then Claude, Mel, and then baby. That's what it seemed like. And I think that she felt that. I think she felt abandoned, and then it didn't help. Even though she was married and doing her thing, because Mel ended up going to college as well. And then when Mel went to college, that's when Joe moved in. But I think that when it comes to baby, I think that the reason he was so accepting of Joe was from the fact that was really the only father figure he had, because it seemed like his dad left pretty much soon as he was born. I think that he didn't even really spend time with Senior like that, because even little stuff like when they went to pick out the tree, which was funny, because he was like, I like this tree. Quentin said, seemed like an ugly tree to me. And then he was like, then baby was like, if Joe with it, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? It was like he would defend Joe in times where Quentin was kind of throwing Joe under the bus. And I think that he's like, yo, this dude has been here, you know, my whole life. So this is even though he called him Joe, I think that he always kind of looked at him as a father. But I think that,
figure,
yeah, and I think that the reason he probably always called him Joe was the simple fact of his mama never married him, for number one. But I think that then Joe didn't move in until Mel went to college. So what that had to be, well, this is the thing. They said Mel was in college for like 7 years. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like goddamn, like how old are you? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the one thing that confused me the most is the ages that these people are supposed to be. That's what throws me off the most.
Well, I mean, it could. Okay, so what I'm saying, right? Like it could be because I think baby was still in high school, right?
Yeah, he was still in high school.
Okay, so I'm thinking that he might be the furthest away from everybody.
Well, he has to be.
Like they all could have been like 2 years apart.
Yeah, and Mel could have been, because
let's say could have been 4.
Because they was saying a joke, but we don't know if the joke is true or not. What if she was in college for 7 years?
I know she wasn't in college for 7 years, man.
Okay, so let's say she was in there for 4. So that means she has to be at least.
She might have been like a 5th year senior.
Yeah, so she's probably like what, 6? About 6 years older than baby.
Oh yeah, about that 5, 6.
Yeah, we around about 5, 6. So yeah. But the whole Mel thing, which is funny, yo, the dinner table part was funny, but they was like, they said she always her major's always what the dude is, and they was like, they said, yo, what you do? And that was said, pre-law. But it was so funny. They didn't have to clown Mel like that, man. They didn't have to clown her like that. That was fucked up. But it was funny. That was comedy. That was comedy. And I like how they did the whole part where Malcolm was trying to call out dude about him going to HBCU because he went to Princeton or whatever. And like, boy, he got to breaking it down. He was like, man, he said, you sound like the oh man, what they call those handbooks, what they call them things? Like like he said that he sounded like, yeah, he was like, he sounded like the brochure. And he was like, you know, that's how it got me there. And he was like, and it's just a added bonus that everybody looked like me. That was a good little comeback there. Because Malcolm, listen, dude, Malcolm got on my nerves, I'm telling you. So so the food is already hot, but he want her to put it in the microwave. Not only put it in the microwave, but then want her to cut up his food and all this type of shit before he come on. Like, if I was Kelly, even if I was one of the dudes, I mean, Kelly was the only one that expressed anything. Everybody else was just kind of like, you know, whatever. But like, I mean, I probably would be like everybody else too, but I'd be thinking in the back of my head, like, yo, are you serious?
See, that's the thing. Like, they probably so used to it that at this point, don't nobody give a damn. Like, this is why I like this movie so much, bro. Because to me, this is one of the most realistic movies that I've ever seen. Because the dynamic between everybody is like, that's really how family be. Like the cousin being over there, you know what I'm saying?
And he got 6, 7 kids.
Yeah, but the crazy part is like he really like one of the other kids. He really ain't even the cousin. He really just an extra brother. So Mel bringing her boyfriend home, you know what I'm saying? And they all sitting there, you know what I'm saying? They talking, they reminiscing. He come in and everybody, you know what I'm saying, buck up like, nigga, what's this? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stuff, little small stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, the beef between Kelly and Malcolm and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always that one sister who don't like her sister husband. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like the one brother that went out to the military and he finally come back, everybody happy to see him, you know what I'm saying, around the holidays. Like, it's just those things. Or even the dynamic with Joe and the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody knows Joe, everybody comfortable with Joe, everybody cool with Joe. So, you know what I'm saying, they don't even think twice about it. They, you know what I'm saying, he basically just like, it ain't like, oh, this our dad. It's just more so like, man, yeah, Joe always been there. You know what I'm saying? Like that, just like, you know what I'm saying, the situation with him and Baby, like Baby might look up to him like that, but everybody else just like, yeah, Joe always been around. It's Joe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, this was the dynamics of it all was just like, it was super realistic.
Man, but listen, we got to get into Joe, man. Joe is a black superhero.
Facts.
Okay. Joe Black, man, Deacon, former ex-military man, so he was able to work out some kinks there. Anytime there was, Joe, and then to go in and help take care of what 6 kids? What is it? It's 3 girls, the 3 boys, 6 kids. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And he only had problems with one, and I get that. He's the
really didn't even have problems with him. He really understood him.
Yeah, he understood him, and the thing is just how Joe reminds me of that dad that's like that's just like now. Like, one thing I tell my youngest son, because like he be going through these things where I think he be thinking that he's not dumb, but I think he think he's too smart, and he think he can like outthink me sometimes.
Welcome to the club.
I don't even think it's that he think, it's just that when you're a parent, there's just shit that you just know. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't know that until you became one. And it's like, and I'll say something, he would look at me like, damn, you knew that? Like, yeah, I'm your daddy, but I know everything. You know what I'm saying? And like that was the thing with Joe. Joe knew everything. Like Joe knew there was something up with Mo and Duke.
Oh, facts.
From the very beginning. Facts. He was like,
you got some niggas over here we ain't never seen before.
We've never seen
in suits. In suits?
Yeah. Like, what is it with these dudes? And so, like, just that dynamic of, and then it's the thing. He knew Kelly was sneaking in.
Mm-hmm.
He was just acting like he was fucking around with them damn lights. He knew
Mm-hmm.
Kelly was sneaking. And then that's the funny part. You a grown ass woman, got your own place in New York. Why you still sneaking in your mama house?
Nah, man, that's
See,
different, bro.
but that's
That's
the
different,
thing.
bro.
When
Nah, that's different, bro. Because I'm
see,
telling you right now, like even me is it's certain times I can't. You know what I'm saying? You don't play like that.
hey,
Because
buddy,
I'm
I
telling you,
just
go here. When you come in this house, you better be here before and you trust me, you'll hear it.
hey, but I just thought it was so funny, but it's so realistic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how it is. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to throw my dad under the bus real quick.
Oh no.
So so when I moved with my dad, like it was a house full of people. My grandma
Mm-hmm.
stayed there. So, that's how, I got really, really close with my grandmother because I lived in a house with her when I went to stay with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so it used to be so funny because my dad, grown ass man now, grown ass man. And it's like when my grandma would like come in the room or something, he'll hide his beard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yo,
man, you a
listen,
grown man.
my mom and my uncles, all them, like you know how, like, you know what I'm saying, they talking, they cuss like crazy, right? My grandma
Yeah,
come in the room, bro, all that gets
all
shut down.
stops. All of it
They
stops.
cuss like, ooh, sorry, mama. And then, you know what I'm saying, I be
Yep.
looking like, oh, okay, that's how that worked. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That respect for your grandmother, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is so different. It is so
Mm-hmm.
different. Um, but the whole thing, because like I thought that one part was one of the most important scenes in the movie when Quentin was getting beat up by Mo and Dude and Joe came in there
Yeah.
and Joe used the whole thing of, oh, I call it like, this is the thing. So for the people that never seen this movie, so Quentin was into some shit,
Mm-hmm.
got involved with some bookies, owed some people $25,000. Obviously, Quentin didn't have that type of money,
Right.
and so when Joe walked into the bathroom when Mo and Dude was beating up Quentin, Joe pulls out $10,000,
Mm-hmm.
gives it to him. He was like, "What do you owe y'all? About 25,000." He was like, "Take this 10. Look, y'all bookies, y'all ain't tough guys." He was like, "Man, just take the money and we'll just call it a day." And it's just like, and that goes back to that father. That how did he know 25 grand? How did he know he owed them
I
25
told you
grand?
that nigga was in the streets, man.
I'm telling you, Joe Black is a black superhero.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
listen, them old school niggas, man, them niggas did everything, bro.
everything
Everything. This nigga, them the only niggas I know who could smoke a cigarette and work on cars and not get blown up at the same time.
at the same time. Dude, I'm telling
Like,
you.
you know what I'm saying? All that.
And then if y'all need another example, so then so Claude, he's AWOL because he know how his mom is. But not only
Mm-hmm.
his mom, but him marrying Sandy, he wanted to be the whole surprise to bring
We
Sandy
gotta
home
talk
to
about
Christmas,
that
all
too.
this other shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that
I got a question that only you can answer right now.
too. so he is in the military and he left, without getting an approved leave. His leave got denied, but
Mm-hmm.
he went and took it anyway. And so when he got locked up for pulling a gun on a dude and some dudes in the club because they was going, talking shit about his girl or whatnot, but they was
Mm-hmm.
also throwing him under the bus. So they was being a little flagrant. He pulled a gun out on him, and so he ended up getting arrested for the gun thing. But then once he got arrested, the whole military stepped in because he's AWOL.
Right.
So Madea talked to Joe like, "Yo, is there any way I can see him before he go?" Military ain't doing that shit. Like you going straight back. But Joe being Joe able to get Claude to come home for a day.
Mm-hmm.
They have their Christmas dinner and all that type shit. So then he goes back and deal with the consequences after that. Only a black superhero like Joe Black could do that.
I told you, man, like you said, niggas in the military, niggas in the streets, nigga fix cars, he can fix all the repairs in the house. He can do everything, man. This is the old school black man, bro.
Okay, before we get there though, and then
Okay.
also another reason why he's a superhero to be around for as long as he was, help her take care of 6 kids,
Mm-hmm.
never pressure her for marriage, and then would always take his clothes out of the house, for the respect of the kids, because it was really for Quentin. I think the reason why she would have Joe every Christmas take his stuff out of there like he didn't live there since Mel went to college was because if Quentin came home, it would piss him off that Joe lived there. For Joe to take that to the chin every year for Christmas, and also be fine with saying, yo, I love having a Whitfield Christmas. You know what I'm saying? His name Joe Black. You know what I mean? Like, for him to be grown enough to be like, oh, well, why can't we call it a Black Christmas? Why it gotta be a Whitfield Christmas? You know, I think, look, some people, that bothers some people. There are some people that are like that. That's why Joe's a Black superhero. But you can't go where you was headed.
Right. So, Claude, man, you know what I'm saying? My man went AWOL, come home Christmas, got a girl, you know what I'm saying, got her pregnant.
Well, he didn't know she was pregnant.
Okay, yeah, that's right. But got a girl, he ain't tell the mama yet. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time, this is the safest time probably, you know what I'm saying, to bring her home. You know what I'm saying? She come in, everybody confused, you know, they asking what she need help with, you know what I'm saying? The mama like, hey, what's going on? It's a white girl. Now, this being a older Black woman, I was surprised that she took it the way she did. She was very inviting.
Well, I got some experience in this.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to ask you. You haven't been in that situation. Was that dynamic the same for you?
I mean, it was. But also, even when it came to my grandmother, like my cousin Mike, he brought a whole bunch of white girls to the house.
Oh yeah, see but she used to it by then, and that's different.
Yeah, well, my grandma, she did. Me, I don't know what I'm about to think about, but like the thing is, like a lot of the times it's like that, and even in her situation, it's like that. Like a lot of the times, it don't matter what you do.
I'm sure on her side it's different.
Yeah, like it don't matter what you do. Like I remember, like Uncle Washington, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace to him. He will always bring this movie up, a Sidney Poitier movie. Look Who's Coming to Dinner.
And they remade it with Bernie Mac, Ashton Kutcher, and Zoe Saldana.
So they was just like, this dude is a successful doctor. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You can have the profession, but you ain't white. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even though Claude is a decorated military man, like family don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't the skin color we want you to be. I've dealt with that personally. So it's like that dynamic, it would have went down around the same way. Like it was never like even though, you know what I'm saying, they might have felt a different way. But like I think that for the betterment of the family, I just think that it's just like, all right, we're gonna just roll with it, because I never had it on my side. Like it's always been a situation where, you know, everybody was accepted, people felt accepted. Like there was a lot of times where, you know what I'm saying, Christmas came around, there was the only white person in there.
Yeah.
Was the one that I brought. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I mean, now this was brought up during the movie when I was watching it, and they were just like, man, like they don't even know when they dead accepting. It's just like at the end of the day, it's like I think that shows character.
Yep.
I think that if you would have been like, I think like what Baby was doing, I think he was being funny, because I think he thought the whole thing was hilarious.
Right.
So, but I don't think he didn't have a problem with it. I just think that he thought
no. And see, that's why I said I was so surprised that she was so accepting, because even his reaction to it, you could kind of tell even he thought the same thing, like, oh shit, what's she gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and being in that's what I'm saying, that dynamic. And this is once again me saying that this movie was so realistic, is because in that moment, I'm sure I'm not the only one that felt like it, and I know a bunch of people felt like it watching that scene. Like everybody in their head was thinking, like, "Oh shit, what's he gonna say?" Because this ain't something that's just in my household. Like, this is something that's amongst all black households around the nation. You know what I'm saying? This is a common black thing in the culture. Like I've heard it multiple times where, you know what I'm saying, the mom told her son, like, don't bring no white woman home. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like
it happened to me.
That's what I'm saying. So like I've been told that as well. But I'm just saying, like, it's in jest, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a joke, but at the same time, like that joke is really rooted in something deeper than, you know what I'm saying, like playing around. But that's why I was saying, like, with that movie, I thought that they took a great spin on it with making her so acceptable, even though, her reaction was genuine. It was still more so like in the back of her mind, she was like, "I know this nigga." Like, you know what I mean? Like you could feel that energy, you know what I'm saying, as she was doing it. So I just thought that was funny, you know what I'm saying, the way that they played that out. And I thought it'd be cool, you know what I'm saying, to get your perspective of it too, seeing how, you know what I'm saying, you was in that situation.
Yeah, because even Lisa, like when Lisa first walked in and they was like, so they go up to Medea and like what's up with Claude? They was like, well, the club owner is dropping the charges. She was like, well, Claude at AWOL. And then she's like AWOL, all this type of shit. And so then they was like, so she said that this is funny because Claude never been in trouble before. And she was like, and who are you? And she was like, that's Sandy, Claude's wife. And then she was like, that's not funny. She was like, it's not, but I'm gonna keep drinking. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, all right. I get it. But like but only Mel could be the one to I think that Mom Dukes knew Mel is gonna be the one that could relate to this the most. You get her room ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if it would have been Lisa or Kelly, it would have been a little different.
That big sister role play a factor, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Her, especially with Lisa, her having, you know what I'm saying, kind of been like the second mom to them. She definitely would have. All that would have been a totally different situation.
Yeah, it would have been different, and I think that Mel was the perfect one to get her situated upstairs and all this type stuff. But who didn't we touch? I felt like we touched everybody. Did we touch everybody?
I mean, yeah, we got Baby, you know what I'm saying, with him wanting to do the music. Claude, we got Quentin.
Okay, so hold on right quick. Hold on right quick. All right, so my favorite part of this whole movie, right? And I, you know what I'm saying, when it was coming, I had to start shushing people. Like, everybody be quiet. This is my part. You know what I'm saying? When they went to church. And so okay, hold on, wait a minute. What am I doing? We'll get to my favorite part here in a second. Okay. So Malcolm dips out, says he has to sign some papers. So Malcolm actually went to New York, you know what I'm saying? And he's working on this deal with this girl. So apparently he was planning on leaving Lisa. But he just ain't got to that point yet. So Lisa and Kelly finally get to that conversation that they've been needing to have. And she's like, he's cheating on you, Lisa. And she was like, I know. And she was like, you do? And she was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not stupid. And she was just like, but I'm this age. I don't want to start over. Kelly brought up a good point. She was like, man, people do it every day. All this type of shit. So they get into a fight. So she crashed Malcolm's car into the LA River. And she's just like, yo, I'm finally done with this shit. But I think that was that breakthrough that she needed with her sister, because I think that really got them back to being as tight as they was when they was growing up. I think
it also helped her realize some shit too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was a breakthrough, especially in the film. Okay, so now Malcolm comes back, and she's like, hey, she's like, won't you go watch that flight off? You know, we're gonna get into it. I missed you, and I'll text you. So she go into her mama room and she's like, yo, you got some baby oil? She was like, yeah, right there in the drawer. She said, I got a new bottle. She was like, I'm gonna need the whole thing. She's like, what? So she go in there and Malcolm like, yo, he said, I don't see the Escalade. Where's that? She said, it's in the LA River. He's like, what? She was like, it's in the LA River. It's like, man, what is this girl talking about? And so so he get out the shower, sliding all over the place. She whooping his ass, telling him to get the fuck up out of here with the belt, but you can hear it. But that's not fun. I not got whooped coming out the shower for.
You gotta a hot ass shower. You done got out. You done slipped and fell and busted your shit, and she busting that motherfucker and whoop your ass. Then you in a house full of her brothers and cousins.
Yeah, and nobody heard that. That was the one part.
That was the only part where I was like, nigga, that went down like that.
Like nobody buzzed in. Like, come on.
No, he'd have got beat up coming out that motherfucker by all the niggas,
bro. Well, Claude wasn't there. Claude was still in jail.
Well, yeah, but still, and the cousin was there.
Don't know what.
The cousin was there. What? Quentin was there?
Well, we don't know who was in. Well, no, Quentin wasn't. Quentin had left. Remember?
Quentin left because he came back later.
Yeah. So
Joe was there.
Well, you know, Joe probably old school. Like y'all handling that on y'all.
Joe got a shotgun.
Start off.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kelly and Lisa sitting there. They're having that conversation about, Malcolm left. And she was like, "I'm happy for you." No, all this type of stuff. I love you. Boom, boom, boom. So they go to church, and I try to tell you, "Oh, holy! This is the best that's ever been sung." It is just it's just great. Okay, it's just great. So at the same time. While they're at church, you see Quentin. When you can't tell if he's on a bus, if he's in the train. You can't really tell, but you just see Quentin. He's heading somewhere. We don't know where he's headed, but he's heading somewhere. And so then you see Claude getting dressed. He's getting out of jail on Christmas, which is not happening in real life. But okay, you did it for the movie. I ain't mad at it. But that must be Joe again. It's like they're not letting nobody out on no motherfucking Christmas Day. So that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, while that's going on, so that happens. So then the deacon, Joe Black, brings up, Michael Whitfield. He comes up, he sings This Christmas, and then the perfect time for Claude to come back in. Claude comes in, all this type shit. Okay, so then the whole big celebration where everybody starts shaking hands, boom, boom, boom. So they go to having dinner. Now, they're sitting there eating, and then all of a sudden, Quentin walks in because we all thought Quentin was gone. She didn't know when she was gonna see him again, and I thought that this part was very powerful. This was one of the parts with it almost got me. It didn't get me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But little shit like this be getting me. So Joe is, he's happy for everybody, and so Joe is like, I'm gonna step aside. I'm gonna sit here on the side, and Quentin's like, nah, Joe, you sit at the head of the table. Like you sit here, and like that is a powerful scene in the movie because it's like he never showed Joe any respect. Like throughout the whole movie, he's throwing subliminals at Joe. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had a conversation in the garage. He asked Joe, "Yo, what you doing?" He was like, "I'm just getting these lights," when he was really trying to get some of his clothes, but he just had to act like he was getting these lights, and so he was just like, telling Joe he ain't welcome and all this shit. So I think that when he finally got on that train and he realized what Joe really meant to him, like throughout these years, like I've been giving this dude hell all these years because I've been waiting and expecting for my dad to come back, and my dad never came back, but Joe was always here. Joe even remembered when these dudes was fucking with me in the 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? And I think it finally hit him like, this is a good dude, and I'm treating him like shit. And for him to have him stay at the head of the table, and so then,
and that part specifically is a powerful scene. I mean, it makes the scene even more powerful because of what the head of the table, symbolizes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so all right, I gotta throw under the bus story too. So at my grandmother's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to like sit at the head of the table.
Okay.
Like at a young age. Like I was like, no, it was real shit.
Yeah,
like,
but you lost your dad though.
Yeah, my grandpa, but my uncle is still alive.
Okay.
So like he would never get that seat. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that dynamic of sitting at the head of the table. Like, and being young, you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, being young is kind of you don't, it ain't nothing you really care about. But as I got older, you know what I'm saying, having my own family and having my own table to sit at, then like, you know what I'm saying, looking back on it, I'm like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I never thought about, you know what I'm saying, like how that type of shit made him feel. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like at the time I didn't care, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, seeing that and then like being in that position, it's kind of odd now because it's like, damn, like, yo, I've been sitting in that motherfucker since I was like 12. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what it's so I definitely get it. I definitely get that. That's what I said. It made, to me, that made the scene that much more powerful.
It really did, and so then Madea, she gives a speech and she says the whole thing of, different Christmases bring different things. She was like, I lost a son-in-law, thank God, but I gained a daughter-in-law, and all this type of stuff. And so then Quentin's like, I want to say something. I want to give a toast to Joe Black, and it was just like, oh shit, like,
yeah,
it's like that was the thing that needed to happen with him being the oldest, with him having his dad's name for him. I think that was because it seemed like everybody accepted Joe except him, and like for him to do that in front of everybody, I think that changed the whole dynamic of Joe, and I think that even changed the dynamic with Madea, because Madea and her, I mean, was she the nanny? I don't know. I don't want to call her the nanny, but I mean, I guess that's what she kind of was. Yeah,
I thought she was just like a family friend.
I mean, but she only was in the kitchen.
Yeah, every time we saw her, she was.
Okay, family. Okay, we'll call her a family friend then.
Wait a minute. You ain't never just like snuck in the kitchen to go grab something before the food was done, and like your grandma friend or like somebody being there and they all just be cooking?
Man, look, I thought that she worked for them.
Nah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, to me, she just seemed like a family friend, like, cause like my mom got friends like that, like, you know what I'm saying, like we'd be having a party or some shit, they all just be over there and they all just be in the kitchen just doing shit.
Well, we'll call her a family friend then.
Yeah.
So she was talking to her and she was like, when you gonna tell the kids that you and Senior are divorced? And she was like, it's not a good time because Quentin's home for the first time in 4 years. Just like, yeah, but it's never a good time. And so then we got to go back to Baby, when Baby had the conversation with her about him wanting to sing and how he couldn't talk to her about stuff. He brought up the fact of, we always thought you didn't marry Joe because of us, but you really didn't marry Joe because of you. I think it was that, and it was Quentin. I think that she was so caught up in her oldest child to where she wouldn't even marry Joe for the simple fact. I think that with that scene happening the way that it did, if it was ever like a sequel, which it won't be, but like, I think that her and Joe would be married. I think that was like the okay for her to like marry Joe Black.
I don't think it's that simple though. I think it's not just Quentin, you know what I'm saying? Not just, you know what I'm saying, Quentin Sr. I think it's the perception of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to remember, like, in this movie, she's playing like a old school mother, you know what I'm saying, old school Black mother at that. Like, I remember at one point in time, like, my grandma had a friend, quote unquote, and then like my uncle didn't like him, you know what I'm saying, but like my aunt and them was cool with him or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, like, to them the dynamic was weird. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, it was just like, oh yeah, that's just grandma friend. Like, we knew, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's grandma friend. Like, fuck that nigga. he give us money. That's he cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that type shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like I get it, but I think it's just it's an image as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an image thing as well, because you don't want to be the lady that was married, you know what I'm saying, got divorced and then get married again, you know what I'm saying, to this man. So I think, you know what I'm saying, like back in the day, that was just something that was frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like to have multiple marriages and shit, I guess, around that time, it just seemed as if it was frowned upon. So I think it was an image thing as well. She just didn't want to seem like I guess a hussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. And real quick, when it comes to Kelly and
Mekhi Phifer.
Gerald, like, cause she it was just so funny that they were supposed to go out for drinks. Like they you know what I'm saying, he smashed. Then they were supposed to go out again, and a whole bunch of shit that happened with her and Lisa, so she never went to go meet him. And all he had to do was tell the story about when they was in high school. She was late for class. She dropped all of her books. He helped her pick up her books, and she never turned around. And she was like, "Oh my God, that was you. You remember that?" But she didn't even give him nothing. Like they just basically laid in the bed together. But like that whole dynamic of like Kelly finally finding love.
He ended up smacking though.
I mean, yeah, he did. But I mean, you know, I just think that a lot of movies give you that storybook ending, and you like, here we go with this again. Mm-hmm. I felt like this one was the most, not generic, but it was the most like believable. It was like, I felt like sometimes they be stretching like in these movies to give it that storybook ending. It's like this one made sense. Like it wasn't like so out of bounds for shit to go the way that it went.
He ain't stay over and then she ain't introduce him as the boyfriend and all that. It was just like, oh, okay, my man ducked out, you know what I'm saying? My man cheesing all hard. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They finally get to it, and for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, man, this is just a dope ass movie. I just feel like, especially when it comes to movies like around the holidays, you know, just the things that some, because like it seemed like everybody was really all over the map. We don't know where Claude was stationed, so that's one thing. This movie's based in LA. You got I think the closest person, I mean, because Baby was still, you know, living there, but the closest person was Lisa, and she stayed in San Francisco. Right. And then you got Mel, she's all the way in Atlanta. You got Lisa all the way in New York. Quentin is everywhere. But the one common thing is Mama's house. Yep. Everybody found their way back, and Claude was willing to, you know, leave without leave to make sure. Because Claude and Quentin had a little altercation where he was like, dude, why would you leave? You didn't get approved for it. And he was just like, dude, you don't know her. Like, you don't know. What he was really talking about, he was talking about his mama, but he also was talking about Sandy.
Yeah.
And I think that he felt that this situation would go a lot smoother if it happened for Christmas. So I don't know, man. This is just a dope ass fucking movie, man.
Yeah, it was. You ready for the Fire Flames, bro?
Let's do them.
All right, man. Let's get into it.
Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame.
All right, so man, excuse me, for anybody who's new to the show, Fire Flames is where we rate the movie or television show that we are reviewing, 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, and we use the flame emoji. You too can send us the rating on our socials. Let us know what you think about the movie or TV show, and then let us know what episode it is as well. You can hashtag it, or you can you know, so just put it in there and then put how many Fire Flames you think it is. So, you know what I'm saying? I take this one first, man. Great cast, great story. This was heartfelt. To me, this is one of the best Christmas movies made. You know what I'm saying? It gives you, once again, like I said, it gives you that feeling, you know what I'm saying, of not just this, you know what I'm saying, Christmas miracle movie, but it's a real movie, you know what I'm saying? It seems like a real movie about real things that can possibly happen and some real things that actually do happen. And you know what I'm saying? It basically it's like a great redemption movie at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming together, everybody still got love for each other, things get reconciled. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown is able to sing. So for me, I'm gonna go 5.
Man, listen. I'm right there with you. This is a 5, man.
Yeah, man.
This is a 5, man. The cast was phenomenal. The writing was phenomenal. The only thing I don't like about this movie, and I don't think we said this 2007. The only thing I don't like about this movie is I just felt like it didn't get the proper. The number one, it didn't get the proper rating. It didn't get the proper dude. You know, acknowledgement.
Yeah.
You know, IMDb is a 6.3.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but
it's a black movie where something good happens. I'm definitely not surprised.
But I just hate that it didn't get what it was supposed to get. But I'm definitely gonna give it a 5, man, because it's a complete classic. It's something that I feel that everybody needs to see, because if you want to know what a realistic type of situation is like around this time, and like everybody having the things that they have that's going on at the time, this is what you need to see. This is
for sure. And not only that, man, that's another thing that we didn't really add in and talk about either. But this is a black movie with a black cast, and niggas ain't on dope, niggas ain't robbing people, niggas ain't shooting guns. You know what I'm saying? Niggas
you had Mo and Dude though. You had Mo and Dude.
But even that was like a super watered down version. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they was, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't had this nigga hand in vice grips and shit like that. Like they just beat the nigga up. You know what I mean? Like even when they got into the house, you know what I'm saying? They was welcome. They ate a little bit of food. Them niggas spent the night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is such a wholesome movie, bro. Like, it's so good to see a movie like this, bro, where we actually get put in a good light. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that two niggas out of nowhere, though nobody in the house know them but you, can spend the night at your mama's house, eat, everybody be cool with them, and these niggas really want to knock your head off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, just that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a realistic dynamic. Like, how many times, you know what I'm saying, like, your friend from, you know what I'm saying, college came over or something like that, and then, you know what I'm saying, everybody like, hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Ain't never met this nigga day in your life. Just, hey, man, what's going on? Like, bro, that's really how it be, you know what I'm saying, when we be having get-togethers and functions and stuff. That's really how it is. Like, or, you know what I'm saying, like, you coming home, you know what I'm saying, you got a couple friends like, man, yeah, y'all come to my crib for Christmas. Y'all come to my crib, thank God, and then, you know what I'm saying, it's just like they at home. You know what I'm saying? They welcome just like they family. So, you know what I'm saying, I thought that was super dope that they also even showed that dynamic, you know what I'm saying? And then not only that, just being able to see our culture, you know what I'm saying, without all the shenanigans. Yeah. I thought that was, you know what I'm saying, that was a dope thing to add, man. But let's do coming soon, man.
All right.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
So, Friday, man, we got a good one. Another knee slapper for me. I don't know if you've seen this yet. Have you seen this yet?
I've never seen this.
This shit is gonna be hilarious, bro. We doing Fred Claus, man. Shout out to Vince Vaughn, star of the movie. This is a good one, bro. I'm just being honest with you. This shit is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? This is one that this is one that is going to be it's different. Just know that it's different. It's funny, and what makes it so funny is because this nigga is supposed to be Santa Claus's brother. So Just get ready, bro. You gonna laugh your ass off, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. For some odd reason, I had this one mixed up with the one that Tim Allen did.
Oh yeah, no. This one is just know, like, you know, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah,
so just imagine that nigga in the North Pole.
Hey, that's got to be awesome. I don't know why I thought, because I think the one with Tim Allen in it, I think that was just called Santa Claus.
Yeah, that was called The Santa Claus.
Yeah, see, that's what. Okay, yeah.
This is Fred Claus.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready for this one then.
So yeah, man, Fred Claus, we doing that Friday. Yeah, we got a couple more left, man, before the new year. Super excited. Got some stuff in the works for y'all, so y'all just stay tuned. See you guys Friday. Make sure you follow all of our social media. You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at View9Pod. You can catch us on Facebook at the VA Pod Watch Group. You can also hit us in the DMs. Let us know the movies, you know what I'm saying, the television shows you would like to hear us review. With me, you can catch me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. Check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Scoots Bronson. Last week, Saturday night, I did my monthly sip and shoot where I get drunk and play Call of Duty. It was fun. I think I was on there for like 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? So that was dope. And then also, man, like I said, I sold my first NFT today. I got a lot more coming. I'm actually about to go work on a few more right after we get done recording this. And then check me out, man. Hit me up on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. You know what I'm saying? I can send you my links. You can definitely go there and check them out if you want to purchase some, or you know what I'm saying, if you just want a little bit of information on them or anything like that, hit me up, man. I'm always willing to share some gems.
Yes, sir. Find me at s.foster8. That's Instagram and Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod. That's on IG. The last episode put out was the one me and you did together. The top 10 albums
that was fun
of 2021. Yes, man. We put together 2 great separate lists on there. A lot of diversity. I think we only had three in common, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot of different music that you can catch up on. So go check out that episode on all major platforms.
For sure, man. And see you guys Friday. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And like they say in Hollywood, man, that is a wrap.
Cut.